The Making Thinking Visible strategy that I will be discussing is called Tug of War. The students will not be doing an actual tug of war with a rope. Instead, they will be using ideas. In this strategy, the students will be looking at different issues or controversial topics. The students then have to decide how they are going to frame or look at the issue and what the different sides of this issue are. This is where it can get complex because depending on the issue, there might be more than two sides or important factors. More ropes can be added to the tug of war when students realize this. After determining the sides, students write down the arguments about the issue on sticky notes and place them on the line. The stronger arguments go towards the end of the rope and the weaker arguments go towards the center. These sticky notes are called tugs. This version of tug of war helps students examine issues and all of the sides that people might take. It also helps them look at the strengths and weaknesses of arguments. This strategy is very adaptable to different issues, different grade levels, and different types of learners. This tug-of-war rope can take the form of a line anywhere in the classroom. To help you better understand this strategy, I will walk you through what this might look like in an actual classroom. While doing this, I will also make the 5 steps in the process clear. Since I will be working with first graders, I will be giving an example of how this could be done in a first grade classroom. But like I said before, it can also be adapted to fit any age group or grade level. The issue that I will have the class of first graders look at is recess. This leads into step 1, which is called setup. In this step, the students and the teacher identify and frame the dilemma that they will examine. All first graders have experience with recess, and based on how often they ask when recess is, I'm guessing they're all going to want more of it. To engage them in this tug-of-war, I would put a line on the whiteboard with the word recess in the middle. I would then ask students, what could be some possible issues around recess? Would you change anything about recess? Once they start sharing ideas, I would just focus on one of them. For this example, I'm going to focus on them wanting more recess. I would then write more recess on one side of our rope. We would then have a discussion about what could be on the other side of our rope, asking questions like, what might other people think? Or what is the opposite of more recess? Now moving on to step 2. This is where students consider the tugs, or the different arguments. Explain to the students that they will be coming up with their own tugs or reasons to support either more or less recess. Have them get with a partner and ask them to discuss what are 2 different reasons to support having more recess. Once they have had time to discuss their ideas, have them write them down on sticky notes. Ask them to share some of their ideas to check in. Then challenge them to think of even more reasons to support more recess. Once they have a good number of ideas written down, focus their attention on the other side of the rope. Ask them what some reasons could be to have less recess. Ask them to think outside of just their own ideas and beliefs about recess and try to think about how other people might think about recess. Looking at this side of the rope should have a similar structure to when the students looked at the other side of the rope. Step 3 is when the students will place their tugs. Explain to them that the reasons they think are really important should be at the end of the rope, and the reasons that they think are not quite as important or strong should be closer to the middle of the rope. Do an example together, asking the students where do they think recess's fun should go. After the example, allow students time to discuss with their partner where their tugs should go. When they think they know where all their tugs should be placed, have them go put them on the rope. Once all of them have placed their tugs, ask some questions like, these 2 tugs are kind of the same, why are they in different places? Or why is this tug here? Why do you think this tug is stronger than this one? In the last 2 steps, examine the rope. Allow students to consider the what-ifs of the topic and tugs they are discussing. Have them write these on sticky notes to be placed above the rope. At the end, wrap up by asking students questions about how their thinking has changed, such as, did you change your mind about recess? Do you understand why some people might want less recess? Or what might you say if you were asked why you should have recess? And that is the Making Thinking Visible strategy, Tug of War.